Hello, good to see you.
I want to tell you that today is a genuinely exciting day in the history of the Public Speaking Club and for myself personally, because this is in fact the last session for the Public Speaking Club. Yeah, it is. It is pretty sad, and this was a journey that was nothing short of life-changing for myself. I'm going to tell you more about it in a second, but nothing, all of this could have happened without you guys. It's the managing team, it's Jonas, it's Alex, it's Victoria, it's Stephanie, Nicholas, and people that were involved along the way, and people that came to the session and reached out and supported. It's been quite a journey. And I think my way of thanking you all today would be to have the best session in the world. And our way to do so is to tackle probably one of the most important, if not the most important topic when it comes to public speaking, which is overcoming the public speaking anxiety, the stress, the mental aspect of communication. And this is the topic because after having so many of those sessions, I think the one recurring thing that was coming up over and over and over again wasn't that people were saying, oh, I'm having a hard time holding eye contact or using my body. It was that people felt like they were stressing. And today we're going to talk about how you can overcome this fear. No BS, no bullshit, practical, science-based tips. So once you're going to leave this door in an hour, you can then go and apply it in your day-to-day life and work to become better communicators. Sounds good?
Amazing.
Absolutely. So before we dive in, just something quick, okay? If one person in this room is going to be inspired by this, I feel like I made my thing. But when I joined Google more than a year and a half ago, at some point I thought to myself, you know what, I want to improve my public speaking, kind of like as you all did, right? So I looked it up on MoMA and I didn't find anything. I realized there was a club back in 2020, but it was closed during the pandemic. So I posted this. This is January 29th. I'm working in Google 3 weeks at a time. And I was asking myself, maybe other people might share this passion and desire to grow in public speaking. And 2 days later, 45 people signed up on this. And this was a crazy realization because I think this was one of the first time in my life that I was asking myself, why not me? I had this worst imposter syndrome. I mean, who am I to lead a public speaking club and have public speaking session and teach the best professionals in the world about communication? But this was one of those times that I was asking myself, why not me? So we gathered the team, I reached out to Jonas, and we started this club after a couple of months, and today, don't drop. Today, this is the biggest public speaking club of Google in the world. Yeah. We had dozens of sessions. In this community today, there's 342 people. I checked it today. We've done something that was never being done before. We turned public speaking sexy. And this is all thanks to you guys, honestly. And the fact that you were showing up week after week. We got people here from the very beginning, people that are coming and going, but the fact that you were showing up and putting yourself out there and practicing made this whole thing real. And thanks to this public speaking club and the transformation that I was experiencing afterwards, I decided that I'm leaving Google and I'm chasing my dream to help as many people as possible to become the best communicators that they can. This is the reason why I'm leaving Google. I'm starting my own company in the space of public speaking, and nothing of that could have happened without you guys. So from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you and I thank you all for your contribution to this club. Thank you. So now that the speech is over, let's dive into today's topic and about you guys. So a little segue with a quick AI video. Hope you like it. Communication anxiety could make your head explode, yes. And in fact, for the last year and a half, and I'm doing this type of seminars, the reoccurring thing is that people are so stressed about communication, right? Raise your hand if you feel like this is the biggest challenge that you have when it comes to communication. Okay, I guess most of us. Yes. Thank you, people on VC. You can involve as well. Raise your hand, send emojis, okay? You're part of us as well. But today what we're going to do, we're going to talk a little bit about why is this happening. Why are we so stressed when we talk to a group of people, right? This is so human. But yet we're so afraid when we go on stage, when we go into an interview. But on the flip side, overcoming this fear would probably be the most transformative thing you can do to your career and life. And today we're going to talk about practical tips about how you can make it happen. And then, of course, some practicing session. So it's not just going to be theory of you sitting in your chairs, be like, oh, Ty is a great speaker, good job. No. It's about you coming here, putting yourself out there, and applying what we're going to learn. Sounds good? Beautiful. Yes, sir. So, why is it happening? Okay, let me take you to the age of being in the caves, walking around out of the caves and seeing a lion. As an ancient person seeing a lion, your body is immediately going into this fight or flight, right? A shot of adrenaline is coming in, you have to be sharp and focused in order to fight the lion, right? This is a life or death situation. And your body is reacting accordingly with this fight or flight reaction. Makes sense, right? Now, when we're seeing a lion, it kind of makes sense to have this reaction, but why do we have the same when it comes to communication? So I was researching about this field for quite a while. And what I found out is that this is all starting from a very primal instinct of belonging, okay? Imagine us living in caves. The togetherness is a life or death situation. If we're gonna be excluded out of this group, it's a life or death situation. So over the years, people evolved this realization that speaking up and getting criticism or being left out is a life or death situation. Does this make sense? Yeah. Now, if you're coming into the present times, we see this often when it comes to important communication events, right? Could be a job interview, a presentation. So why are we so afraid? Why are we so nervous when it comes to talking to 3 people in our team? I think the more I'm researching about it, I'm realizing that this is essentially the fear of being vulnerable, putting yourself out there. Because what would happen if people wouldn't like me, or criticize me, or think that I'm stupid? And those fears are fueling this anxiety of communication. And the more experiencing that we have, that we are on stage terrifying, those feelings are just getting stronger and stronger. We can kind of like reflect on maybe even childhood experiences of you on 2nd grade, reading a poem to the class and everybody's laughing. Usually it starts from these type of experiences. But in today's day-to-day life, this is being reflected, again, in the public speaking sessions, in the interview session, talking to a friend, having a tough conversations. Those feelings are rising again. Scientifically speaking, it's essentially your amygdala. It's part of your brain that is responsible for the fight or flight response. It picks up those visual signals, or even in your head. So often what happens is that you laying in your bed, you're thinking about this interview and you're getting stressed, right? This arousal that your amygdala is receiving is immediately shooting cortisol and adrenaline down your body. And this is why you're experiencing this hyper-focus, stress, shaky hands, breaking voice, all of those phenomena. Now this is all very nice, but the impact of that is tremendous, because there's endless amount of researching showing that your credibility as speakers is being damaged when you are mumbling or when your posture is not as good. So what I'm trying to tell you here is that solving your communication stress is your key to success. Because in the AI era, when computer can write your emails, make your pictures, draft your emails, your CV, whatever, your ability to directly communicate is the difference between success and failure, period. Raise your hand if you resonate with this. Or you're not. It's a test. If you're not measuring, you can leave right now. I'm kidding.
Not just the last part.
Yeah. It's a make it or break it type of situation. But luckily we're here today to talk about how we can make it happen, how we can overcome the fear and the stress. Catalina, you good? Yeah. There it is. Was something in your ear or just the topic is throwing your way? Okay, how do we prevent this? So, lately I'm diving into this research thanks to something that I care about deeply that is helping me with this. And we're diving into this topic of how we can actually encounter the stress. And in a couple of practical tips and tricks, overcome it. So today there's no BS, there's no topics, there's practical hands-on. And what I want you to do while I'm doing this, you can even practice it with me to see how it feels like, okay? Number one is breathing. I think breathing is one of those topics that just, okay, this is very intuitive. It doesn't make a lot of difference, but this makes the world of difference. So what a lot of people are using, even in military situations of panic attacks, is something called box breathing. You can do it in 4 times 4 or 4 or 6. It goes something like inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4 or 6, hold at the bottom, and repeat. So let's do 2 rounds and tell me how you feel, okay? We're gonna inhale through our nose, the count of 4, hold at the bottom, exhale through your mouth to 6, and then hold at the bottom for 4, okay? So inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold up, 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then hold at the bottom for another 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then exhale for 4, for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How do you feel?
I've never felt as good.
Wow. Insane. And that's the thing, it's so intuitive, right? It's just breathing. But in a matter of 20 seconds, your whole energy is different. So every time you're going into this presentation, an interview, a tough conversation, take 30 seconds out of your life to breathe. And even before you dive in, one of the most common mistakes that I'm seeing in public speaking, people are about to start and they're doing something along the lines of, and then they start. Instead of taking a second, breathe, and then dive in. Makes a world of difference. So number one is breathing. Once you finish breathing, what I want you to do is to move. I showed you earlier in the graph is when your amygdala is picking up the stress and going into this fight or flight mode is basically releasing excessive amounts of dopamine and different types of stress hormones, cortisol, etc. Your body can't handle the amount of adrenaline that is experiencing, right? You're not fighting a lion. These dopamine amounts are meant for you to fight a lion, but then you don't fight a lion, right? You just need to stand on stage. So what happens, your body is releasing those hormones in different ways. So it could be your hands shaking, it could be your voice cracking. For me, for many years, it was my knees shaking. I swear to God, I would hop on stage and my knees would start shaking. It's a tough one. So a quick fix to this, after you finish breathing, is physical release. Jump up and down a little bit, shake your hands, shake your legs, and allow the adrenaline to move across your body. It will already reduce the cortisol level in your body dramatically, stabilize your heartbeat, and you're good to go. Okay, so breathing, physical movement. Third one is something we call counter movement. What does it mean? Imagine you're already on stage, you're already in this interview, and you're experiencing one of those feelings of stress, and then your body is reacting. Say your hands are shaking. Your hands are already shaking, okay? I'm emphasizing here, yeah? The concept of counter movement means that you want to do a certain movement to counter those reactions, the shaking, to signal back to your body that you're calm. If it's your hands shaking, you can squeeze them subtly. Don't be like, it's a little weird. If it's your knees shaking, you can move your weight gently to your shaking knees, or even move a little bit. It really helps. If it's your voice, you can drink a little bit of water. And then you're getting into this feedback loop. The tension is lowering, the crowd feels that, signals you back a little bit more calmness, and then this loop keeps on happening. So what I'm highly recommending is next time you're hopping on stage or in an interview, film yourself. I'll do this a lot. Look at yourself talking. Pick up those little ticks. It's different from one person to the other. And then identify what is the right counter movement for you. Does this make sense? Yes, sir. All right. Are you guys okay? Are you alive? Okay. You're quiet because you're blown away, or? Okay, good. Feel free to ask questions, okay? This is what we're here for. Simon, are you good? Good to see you, man. Okay, next up is, let's talk a little bit about the beginning. I remember one of the first public speaking sessions we had, I was talking about practicing and the importance of practicing. And I mentioned something along the lines of, before you're going on stage, practice your presentation for 5 to 10 times. And then somebody raised her hand and she said, look, if I'm over practicing, I'm getting more nervous. So what works best for me is not to practice. And I was about to argue with her, telling her the importance of practicing, and then I thought about it and I realized she's right. For one person, be calmer means being more ready and practice a little bit more, and for the others, just going for it. So you will find the right formula for yourself as for practicing. But what I highly recommend you not to do is to memorize your speech word by word. Nobody in the world can memorize 30 minutes of speech word by word and then be on stage nervous and memorizing every single word. And then what always happens is that you're going through your speech and then a word is missing. You're like, what did I want? Astonishing. And then instead of doing what actually matters, which is connecting to the people in front of you, you're in your head trying to remember the word that you were missing. And then often it creates this feedback loop of you being stressed, people feel like you're stressed, and then it's a very steep downhill. So drop all of that. What I recommend you to do is to only focus on the first 30 seconds of the speech. That's it. All of the rest, you can write it in bullet points, make the presentation. Trust me, it's good enough. But when you're coming on stage and you know exactly what is the first sentence or two you're going to say, it brings a lot of comfort into your life. Because you already know you're going on stage and you're going to say, hi, good evening everybody, my name is Ty Miller and we're going to talk today about whatever. Only the first sentence or two. Only the first 30 seconds. Does this make sense? People on VC making sense? Give me an emoji, Belen. Beautiful. Okay, last but not least, let's talk a little bit about practice. I think the power of what we're doing here in the Public Speaking Club is that we're doing a lot of practicing time. And if you ever got into practicing communication in any type, you know that if you're gonna train one time, it's not gonna make a lot of difference. Raise your hand if you're in sales, if you talk a lot to clients. Okay, beautiful. Catalina, how was your first client call? How nervous were you? Not very nervous. You're a bad example? Normal people, maybe? Okay. Let me tell you about my client call. Catalina is a different breed. We talked about it. You were supposed to collaborate. Anyways, if you're going on stage for the first time, interview, client call, there's a lot of nervousness, right? You don't know what to expect. But the more you're putting yourself in those situations, naturally, the body is adapting. You become calmer, more focused. Your mind is starting to shift from being in your head into being present. And then the magic happens, because instead of being stressed, you can focus on the delivery, making eye contact, focus on your body language. So practice does make progress. So I highly recommend you, either today or in your future, put yourself out there in those situations again and again and again and again. Talk in the team meeting, ask this question. If your manager is offering us an opportunity to go on stage, be the ones who takes it. Remember earlier, ask yourself, why not me? It's a life-changing question. And without further ado, here's a practicing session for you to apply, because we're not here just to talk, we're here to apply. Yes,
Can I ask you one question?
of course, even
Like,
two.
You talked a lot about interacting with the audience, interacting with the people. How do you deal if someone is sitting in front of you, it doesn't matter if it's the audience or if it's an interview or if it's a client or whatever, and they're not interacting at all and they have like a poker face. Like you do not get any connection, you do not get any feedback back, there's nothing what keeps you going.
Yeah.
Like how would you react on it? Because I feel it's easy if you get feedback and if you have a reaction and you build this connection over the time. But if you don't get it, what would you do?
Absolutely, 100%. Remind me your name again?
Katrina.
Katrina. So for VC people, if you haven't heard, she was asking, what do you do in a situation you're talking, presentation, interview, whatever, and you're not getting this feedback back, this external feedback, right? I think, kind of like your own practicing, at the beginning you really seek this external validation, right? You want people to be happy, telling you're amazing. But over time, I think you develop this confidence of knowing you're good enough without getting this external feedback. And from time to time you can even ask, because often what happens is people are just in their own thoughts, their own feelings, they're not necessarily there and saying, okay, I have to give this feedback back. So I was asking, are you guys okay? Are you guys, I have this joke that I'm running with for years. I'm asking, are you guys shocked or just, it works like magic. So don't be discouraged if you're not necessarily receiving this external feedback. So sometimes neutral face doesn't mean you're not good, it just means people are in their head. They think about their mortgage, they think about their work, they have this meeting in 2 hours. People are having their own life. So don't take it in a bad way, just know that you're great. Any other questions? Are you guys quiet or just blown away? See what they did there? What? Why, you can't hear me?
No, for the
Ah, okay. For the VC?
For questions.
VC people, you can't hear me?
For questions.
Yes, we can.
Okay, good. Thank you, Belen, for being here. What we're gonna do now is this. We're gonna take everything that we learn and apply it with the classic practicing session, which means people are going to come here on stage, stand here with me, and talk about a random subject for 1 minute. Emphasis on random. And what I want you to do, it's not about the topic or what you're saying, it's about how you're saying it. I want you to think about what we said, about the breathing, about the physical movement. Before you go here, think about your first sentence. Doesn't matter what the topic is. Come with an already made first sentence. And then apply it. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Beautiful. First victim of the day. Alex, give her a round of applause. Yes. Alex, pleasure to have you.
Pleasure to
Looking sharp, I love the outfit.
Thanks.
Jonas, do you want to take time?
Well, yes.
Okay, good. So Jonas is gonna say gonna do 5 seconds before the end of the 60.
Mm-hmm.
Your topic today would be boots.
Boots. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Ready? Jonas?
Oh no, fine.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
So I recently actually bought new boots because I thought it's going to be winter soon, autumn. My sneakers won't be a good fit in Ireland because we know it's raining quite heavily. But then I did a mistake though, because I bought boots, they're suited leather, and it did rain and they're completely gone. So I wasted like $150. And I probably have to buy new ones, but moral of the story is I'm prepared for the next time, right? So I made a decision, I bought those leather shoes knowing it's gonna be wet and rainy, and I'm gonna learn from it. And I think we're all human beings. I don't know, I'm 28 now, feeling like I know everything. I do not. And for the next time, I might just buy something cheaper and I'll just, go with different type of shoes. And I think that was the end.
Tell the audience, how did you feel?
I felt a bit shaky because it's been some time since I actually stood in front of a bigger group, to be honest. But I think once I gotten into it, it felt a bit more natural to me.
How did you feel?
Very natural.
Very natural.
And you
Agree.
feel like you enjoy on the stage?
Absolutely.
Really good
Thank you.
connotation.
Yeah. Saying his tone was
Yes.
not monotonous, absolutely. Yes.
I think you started with your hands in the back, right? And then you realized it, though, and then you start moving like your hands and your feet, and you enjoyed it. Yeah, it was what I
Absolutely.
thought, yeah,
Absolutely.
in the beginning.
Yeah, I also really like that you smiled a lot, so it was very sympathetic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So as you mentioned, I love it. There was an evolution, right? He started like this, which is often a sense of nervousness. And then he took his hands out, and then he was also moving a little bit. So I felt like you were evolving through the 60 seconds, which is amazing. Because say you're gonna do it again in an hour, you're not gonna start this. You're gonna already speak with your hands, which is amazing. Alex, thank you.
Thank
We
you.
love you. All right. Next up, media.
Oh, danke.
Danke to you too. Give her a round of applause.
As you can say, I'm voluntarily here.
Yeah. We're not here for opinions.
Oh my
It's not our
goodness.
thing. Okay, media. Today you're going to talk about social media.
Social media.
60 seconds. Jonas is going to signal you 5 seconds before the end of the 60. You ready?
Ready?
Let's go.
So, social media is literally connected to me. One of the most things that people associate with me is how I introduce myself. So my name is actually quite easy in my opinion, but when I introduce myself, most people call me Miriam, Media, whatever. So I started to call myself, hi, my name is Media, like social media, but with an Y instead of an I. And the really great thing is I have different introduction depending on what language I'm speaking. In German, it's a different association, but in English, it became social media. And unfortunately, I don't get anything out of it. It would be great if I get like some kind of affiliation whenever I mention it, but so far, nothing. Oh, continue. Oh, okay. So what else? Social media. You all use it. Oh my goodness, that was my story. Okay,
You're good. I love this moment. People are panicking. They give me this look of save me.
You drowned.
Do your thing. Okay, how did you feel?
I think similar. It was kind of the development, but I was
Mhm.
still nervous in the end. I didn't have like the calming moment like Alex did.
I feel like you were in the flow, and then there was this moment of, okay, I thought I'm done, but I'm
Okay,
actually not.
yes.
And then I have to continue, which is
Yeah.
usually quite tough, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a good lesson. It's a good lesson. First of all, this is a safe space, right? If you make mistakes, this is the time. But these are exact moments of I don't really know what to say, and I have to go through anyways. These are the growth moments.
But the good thing is I would probably never like over exceed my speech time, so which is
Mm.
a good thing.
But what happens if, hypothetically, you're in an interview, you're being asked a question, you don't know the answer? It's a similar thing. You're about to, and then you're stuck. And those moments are important. If you want, I may share a tip here.
Yes. Should I stand? Should I sit down?
No, you can stay. We're a team now.
I will support you.
Couple of quick tips about this one if you're already on the topic. You have the attention, you don't know what to say, stall. How do you stall? First of all is asking a question back. Who's here using social media? Alex, what's your favorite social media? And then there is this discussion happening for a while, and then you have some time to reflect. Yeah, you're good. So the pushing away is a great one, and also I'm saying this a lot when you're doing improvising or talking about a subject. You don't really know what to say. Pull the conversation towards areas you feel comfortable talking about. So what you did great was, I gave you the topic of social media, and you immediately take it to your own life. How you introduce yourself, why is it not useful, affiliate marketing, you're practically selling
Yes.
yourself over here. And this was amazing. So it's a good insight for when you're kind of like stuck in what you say. Sorry?
I will take the one of the questioning, like pushing it back to the audience. I
Okay,
like that.
okay, for sure.
Thank you.
All right, next up. Next up.
You.
It doesn't nominate people. Maybe someone on VC? VC people? Should I nominate? Eeny, meeny, Belen. Belen, let me put you on the big screen, wait. Is it working? No.
If not, it's fine.
No what? Shit, I want to put you on the spotlight. Let's see
Because
if
you
we
can
can
pin
pin
her
her.
in
Pin
the
her.
three buttons.
Can I?
You can pin her and then she
I'm so not technological.
Any one of
so-
those space specialists? Yeah.
Should I help you?
This is not my thing. Oh, wait.
Presentation.
Ooh, happy days. Berlin, okay, now we're on the big screen. And your topic would be pillows.
Sorry, what?
Pillows, you know the thing you put your heads on? Pillows?
Okay.
Okay. Jonas is gonna signal 5 seconds to me, and I'm gonna signal 5 seconds to you before the end of the 6. Are you ready? Let's go.
Yes. So pillows. This is a big topic because I think everybody has one at home.
Some people don't. Some people don't.
I will ask everyone to raise their hand, but I cannot see you. But hopefully, yeah, like I think it's a very like typical thing to have at home. But there, of course, there are different types of pillows. So, for example, I can remember I was on vacation recently, and you go to a hostel, and who doesn't like really check the pillow before going to sleep and realize it's not the one that you're used to. So I think this has happened to everyone, and it's actually affecting your sleep. So in a way, it's also affecting your vacation. But of course, we need to keep in mind that this is something that it cannot ruin your vacation, because like, we have limited vacation, so we need to enjoy it. So I will recommend always, like when you go on vacation, to bring your pillow just in case, to avoid this from happening. And if you already do so, like just buy one in a place, or like create one in the way you want it.
Amazing. Berlin, how was your pillow talk?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting the topic.
Yeah? I know you had pillows in the back, so it was the first thing that came to my mind.
That's true. Yeah, but yeah, it felt a bit uncomfortable because I wasn't like really familiar. Well, I didn't know what to say with the topic. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Definitely
It
pull it
was-
up. What did you think? Let's move to audience. Alex, yes.
Can she hear us? Can you
Yeah.
hear us?
Can you hear, Berlin?
Microphone, no?
Yes.
Yeah, take it.
Yeah. I actually liked how you used your own example of checking into a hotel, because it made me think of my recent experience sleeping. So I actually really like the connection you built with us.
Beautiful. Anyone else? Katarina, yeah.
I mean, I liked it. I felt like you were being very natural. You were storytelling, and it was kind of funny. Like for me, it was funny. I laughed for a few times, and you were not trying to be funny, but just the way you expressed the content for me was very naturally it did. So I thought it was great.
Absolutely, absolutely. Anybody else on VC? Okay, so great example. First of all, Berlin, I loved, we just spoke about pulling the conversation towards areas you feel comfortable with, and you did exactly that. You talked about checking into the hotel and checking the pillows, and you were doing an amazing job in creating this image in people's minds of them getting into a hotel, right? You probably all picture that, checking your pillows, and you did a great job in creating exactly this scenario. So for me, it was spot on. Fantastic. Bravo. Okay, we got some time. Next up. Yeah? Let's go around the applause. Thank you. People think there's free choice. No.
Free will.
No. That's just not the case. How you doing?
Good, nervous.
No. Raise your hand if you've been in the session that I spoke about the difference between being stressed and being excited. Okay. We spoke once in the club about the fact that feeling stressed and feeling nervous is the exact same physical sensations, but just different frame. Reflect on it. Okay, today you're going to talk about plants.
About what?
Plants.
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 Okay.
Yes. Very creative today. Okay, 60 seconds. Jonas is gonna signal you 5 seconds before the end of the 60.
Okay.
Ready?
Plants. They are everywhere, and actually, I think they're my best friends. I like to talk to them. I realize that they are good listeners, and actually, there is a lot of varieties all around us. But one thing that I have understood is as much as I love them, sometimes they die. So I'm trying to keep them alive. I give them a lot of water and a lot of love. But I realized that there's some type of plants which are very hard to maintain. And usually this happens with the ones that are the most beautiful ones. So for instance, last week my orchid died, which was very sad. But now I realize there's an app that helps you find out what's the disease of the plant, and it helps you communicate even better with the plant. So I highly recommend you to download the app, and please click on the app.
Amazing. How was it?
Good.
Pretty awesome, wasn't it? How did you feel?
I mean, at the beginning, I'm a bit nervous because I didn't know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
And I think just making up things in your mind, it could go good or bad. So you just need to go with the flow.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end, it was fine.
You definitely got people curious with, I'm talking to the plants. I mean, yeah, Victoria.
I think it was brilliant because you played in so many different levels. You had the emotional part with them dying, you had the personal part with your story, you had your sales and job parts with the app, right?
Yeah.
So you actually you played with humor, so it was really, you played like all the instruments of an orchestra.
Absolutely. Thank
I
you,
mean,
Victoria.
you can tell I'm in up there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
I also found it very funny that you said that your plant died and it was very sad, but your face was smiling. I really loved the humor you got.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. Anybody else? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Wait up.
I mean, I loved it as well. I just realized in the beginning that there were like quite some filler words. Maybe that's something if you're less nervous with like the box breathing or physical activity, those filler words might also disappear. So like if you're less nervous, then you're more okay with silence and pauses instead of filling it with ams and
Beautiful.
ands.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Also an amazing start. She was coming here, she was like, plants! You definitely set the stage, that was great. Okay, next up. Pepe, yes. Round of applause for Pepe. By Media. By Victoria. Bye, man, good to see you. Pepe, by the way, is one of our OGs. She was here since the beginning when we just started. So great to have you, Pepe.
Great. I just noticed one of the slides actually were the exact same pose.
Sorry? In this slide?
Yeah, one of the slides, and I actually was on the background, and I noticed I were the exact same
Okay.
pose.
Good time to change. Okay, your topic for today would be fire extinguishers.
Oh.
You ready? 60 seconds. Jens is gonna say you do 5 seconds before the end of the 60.
Okay.
You can start.
Okay. Anyone have the fear of fire or have experienced of the fire in your house or some fire accident? Please raise your hand. Yes. Yeah. Recently, I actually had accident, a small accident in my house, and I forgot to turn off my cooker, and I realized 20 minutes later, I realized actually the water had been fully boiled, and the alarm was sound, and my kids are screaming. But thanks God, I had the fire extinguisher in my house, and it saved us. And so I really recommend any one of you, if you haven't put the fire extinguisher in your house, you should buy one, or just all those fire blankets. If you are rent a house, please do tell your landlord you need to have one in your house. Thank you.
Is this a real story, Pepe?
No, made up.
Okay. I was afraid for the kids, to be fair. Okay. How did you feel?
Oh, it's okay. I just not great with makeup, those stories. I was
You
expecting.
basically sacrifice your kids for the sake of having a good time. That's what happened.
Yeah, I normally expect some financial data to explain it. So that's why normally our presentation is about finance, but like storytelling is not great.
Okay. Yes,
I actually have to disagree. I really like the storytelling because I mean you just came up with the story like with your kids, and so I actually felt like you did a really good job with this.
Oh, thanks.
And we support lying in this club, so it's
I know.
it's okay. Yeah, Richard. Yeah.
I think that you did amazing because it was like, okay, what actually am I gonna say? And you started asking questions to the topic.
Yeah.
I and you make us engage while you want some time to say like, okay, who I'm going to sacrifice? Okay, my baby. So, so actually, it's very nice.
Absolutely, absolutely. Anybody else? Okay. I think in general for these type of experiences, it's definitely cool to come up with a story.
Yeah.
I would say maybe in presentations or interviews, I wouldn't lie, like I wouldn't make
Yeah.
up a story.
Yeah.
I think the presentation was good. I love the flow of the story. Maybe from time to time I would include a little bit of movement. Because of a confess, you're nervous a
Yeah,
little bit
yeah,
with your hands, which is
yeah.
okay. It's natural. So a little bit of movement, I think, would already release some of the tension here. Thank you so much for playing.
Thank you.
All right, we probably have time for one more. Catalina, let's go. Round of applause.
I want to take the chance. It's the
Mm.
last chance to do this.
I mean, you weren't nervous before your first sales call, so.
It's different
Oh, it's
sales
different.
to public speaking.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. Let's think about a topic. What is this thing you're wearing? This leopard? The topic of today would be tigers. 60 seconds, Jonas is going to signal 5 seconds before the end of the 60. Are you ready?
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Catalina, and I am here today to talk about tigers. Right, tigers, leopards, and all of these animals that have inspired a massive trend in fashion. Since I am an expert when it comes to leopard print, I am here today to inspire you all to take on this challenge and to wear for the following week some sort of tiger or leopard print on yourself. This might sound weird. Why am I trying to sell you dressing up in leopard or tiger? Does anybody have any idea? Do you want to share why?
Milan Fashion Week.
Milan Fashion Week. We have a genius here. Of course, he comes from Italy. And the subject of this year is actually be wild, be fierce. And when we were trying to brainstorm what is the vibe that we want people to come in with, we thought tigers. And I hope you resonate with this and you bring your most fierce self to Milan's Fashion Week next week. Thank you.
Don't go. How was it?
It was good, but it's scary. You come
It
here
is.
and the heart kind of starts beating.
Mhm. What are the parts you felt you were doing good, and what are the parts you felt like you can improve?
Well, I think that first I took the breath. Actually, one question that I had for you, when you mentioned like shaking the energy or breathing, is like, how do you make this casual, right? Because you're in front of people and you don't want to make this very obvious.
Mhm.
But because we're in the setting, I did.
Worth mention, it's doing before the talk, okay? So you're not gonna go on stage and try to shake it up, but before you hop on, you can just loose a little bit and then go on stage.
Yes, I think I throw myself like on the, so I'm gonna start with the challenging part, which was to develop on the content. Because I have a leopard jacket, it just helped. But at some point I really didn't know what to talk about, and that was scary. I think the part that I did well at the end was try to engage with the public, and because for me movement helps, just to move across the stage was helping me. Is maybe I speak too fast because I am a fast speaker in general, so that would be like feedback for myself.
Okay, let's hear from the audience first. What did you guys think? Yeah.
Actually, I loved the talk. What I found super interesting is that there was a tiger theme, right? But then you immediately connected to the leopard, because I felt like you saw your jacket, you were more in the themes of what is trendy right now, what the people wearing, and then you always tried to build a connection, but you felt more secure in talking about leopard than tiger.
That's true.
But probably we didn't realize, like, because it's wild cat, so it could be the same. But I found it interesting that you made this kind of connection.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very good
Anybody else?
I think that I like it a lot how you connected your body with the words that you were saying. So when you were saying like tiger, you were like making me picture a tiger, like, and then when you were like, oh, from my heart, and then you touch your body. So
Okay.
there is a good connection there that makes me understand better what you're saying.
Absolutely. Belen, yours again?
Yes, yeah, I wanted to say that it seems like a topic that she really likes, and that's why like she is trying to convince us. So very confident on that side, and I also enjoy the movement across the room.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, I think the one thing that was very interesting for me was that if you would have not been as energetic, the movement for me personally would have been too much. But given that you were energetic and very powerful and you brought your sentences out very snappily,
Okay.
that made it all work together very nicely. So I enjoyed it a
Thank
lot.
you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I think Catalina is a beautiful example to just show you in real life how passionate being resembled in public speaking. So you can talk about leopards or plants or fire extinguishers, but when you bring the right energy into it, and Catalina is very expressive, right? Her facial expressions, her body movement, she's very expressive. So you can feel it, right? I got excited about the leopards at the fashion week. You got to into it, which is amazing and good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I have a question, nothing to do with kata, but there's like, because you decorate like all the movements and so on, but there's like some people who speak that they move a lot and actually it doesn't, I'm not able to understand well the content itself because they're moving so much that it's like a bit of a distraction. So I'm wondering what's the balance that you get to actually like express yourself with your body language, but also remembering that you want to transmit a particular message to the audience.
Beautiful question. Remind me your name again?
Estefania.
Estefania was asking for VC people. She was asking, what is the right blend between physical movement energy, but not make the audience too distracted? This is a wonderful question. I would say the golden rule here is that don't do anything that will distract the attention from your messages. So it could be a lot of things. Different people have different tics. So it could be playing with your shirt, playing with your watch, playing with your hair, saying specific words again and again and again. So all of those are different distractions. The best solution to find yours, by the way, would be to film yourself, see it again, and then recognize those patterns, and then slowly reduce them. So over time, for example, I saw that I'm playing with my watch a lot. I didn't even think about it. I was moving and I was touching my watch. And it's something that people could pick up. Or people are nervous or they're moving too much. You can see this once you're seeing yourself talking. And then just be conscious of finding this right balance between being deliberate, which is also important. You want to be deliberate with your messages. So strong body language, eye contact, still being deliberate, but just not to the extent that would take away from the focus of what you're saying. Does this make sense?
I think that also refers back to a session we had a few months ago, where we kind of talked about having the movements emphasize what you're saying. So if you're saying something and move in a different direction with the body language, it kind of contradicts what you're saying. But if you add it on to your message, it can be also very strong, like very emphasizing gestures if it contributes to the message.
Yeah.
So I don't think, because you didn't ask like for distracting things, but like how strong can you be?
Yeah.
I think if you do it